So we're hurtling towards Christmas.
Like an asteroid on a collision course with Earth.
Yes.
Tune up the camel, honey. I'm going out.
You know, we could have got more people if it wasn't for that cello.
And Christmas is on the 25th this year.
Christmas is on the 25th this year. I know it's a little different, but
I would not want to do it unless I could zip line to the treehouse.
What's a trumpet?
hello and welcome to another episode of Northside NOW. This is the podcast where we take you on a tour through all of the ministries and the latest happenings around Northside Church to keep you better connected with your church family. My name is Patrick, and with me as always are my co-hosts, Glenn Miller and Kevin Bryant.
Happy birthday to Patrick.
Yeah.
Hey. You're not supposed to let that sensitive information out.
Wow.
People are going to hack into my bank account now.
Yeah, it's your birthday. You should have picked another
Surprise.
You should have picked another pen. You
I got to
goofball.
change that now.
Yeah, see, you're supposed to get wiser as you get older. And so pick another pen, like your dog's birthday or something.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay.
But we're like Samson. If we lose more hair, we lose our strength and
That's exactly
wisdom.
That's
so.
exactly right. But happy birthday for real.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's
That means
always
a lot.
fun to celebrate a birthday.
Yeah.
He's 18 all over again.
Made
Yeah.
another trip around the sun.
Another trip around the sun.
Just like those asteroids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did y'all hear about that?
I heard about the NASA mission to basically crash into an asteroid to get information.
I saw Bruce Willis was down in NASA. So that makes me nervous.
Really?
Yeah, I'm afraid he may have to
They're
launch
getting ready
again.
to go. Yeah, go out and
Well,
save
there's
the world.
I'm doing air quotes, but there's a potentially hazardous asteroid that's coming close to Earth.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be, get this, 2.5 million miles away from Earth's orbit.
Okay, that sentence has all kinds of issues with it. If there's an asteroid hurtling through space towards Earth, it's not potentially hazardous. I would say it's just hazardous.
Hazardous.
Right.
Well, apparently they discovered this asteroid like back in the 80s, and it's been one that they've like had their eye on to like try to mine. So this has started now that it's
told
coming
you,
a lot.
Mine.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis again.
I'm telling you. Yeah, they could land on it.
Well, they're estimating that it has like billions of dollars worth of cobalt and nickel and, you know, different alloys and
Rare-
stuff that they can mine. Yeah.
Non-
How do
non-Earth.
they know this?
I don't know. They're NASA.
They got telescopes, man.
But I would think they'd have to like
It's like, how do they know any of this
plug
stuff?
something into it, wouldn't he?
I guess. I don't know.
Probably they have
They're
to take
probably
a core
shooting-
sample.
Yeah.
Shooting stuff out at it and reflecting it back. Well, it's like this other thing that I read about, like how they figured out how to make super Ionic Ice, and which is essentially what is in the core of Neptune. And yeah, they figured out how to
Wow.
on Earth, like, so basically using like a massive accelerator to get the electrons basically moving at almost the speed of light. They create X-rays and then they like crush it between diamonds.
Ooh.
And in doing this, they create what they're calling super Ionic Ice, where it like forms ice, but it's like hot and black. And essentially the oxygen molecules stay stationary in their place, and then the hydrogen molecules like still move around them. So it's like a totally different composition. But
Okay, so I have a question. So we're hurtling towards Christmas.
like an
And-
asteroid on a collision course with Earth.
Yes, and have y'all heard? There's like these theories that there was an asteroid or something for the star that the
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
So
Yep.
where are we at on that?
Oh no, those were aliens.
Those were aliens.
It was a UFO. You've seen them when the cow and the field and
I'm talking about the wise men going to see Jesus.
yeah, that was a
Those
UFO.
aliens. Yeah.
Aliens then.
Showing their spotlight down on the manger to make
I'm
sure.
telling you, the aliens put the pyramids there. They're actually spaceships.
But then again, this goes back to our conversation. Angels are aliens, and so biblically accurate representations of angels are UFOs.
And I was wondering about this too the other
All
day.
the same thing.
You're worried about getting in your car. I wonder if the wise men, like my camel's too old. I'm going to have to go find another one because it won't make the trip or something like that.
Is that its mileage limit?
Got too many miles on it.
Put some new tires on my camel.
I wanted the 2-hump camel instead of the 1-hump camel.
Tune up the camel, honey. I'm going out.
You should stop thinking about that. Over the river and through the woods to Jesus' manger. I'll go on my camel.
Yeah.
It had to be a crazy trip just to think about that. There was a movie. I can't remember which movie it was. One of the Christmas movies, and it focused a lot on the wise men, and they were just always giving each other a hard time and zingers towards one another and stuff. And it was really funny because they're just different.
Well, because they and tell me if I'm wrong, but they would have had a caravan with them.
Sure,
I would think,
it wasn't just the 3 of them out there on camels.
I don't think so.
I had to have their pit crew.
Yeah.
If there was a camel.
So if one camel died, they just take one from
right. And they were wealthy enough that they could afford that. So their entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to. If you're bringing gifts like that, you're not showing up in the station wagon camel.
You got to have your security.
Exactly.
To guard
I would think
the goods.
Yeah.
Guard that frankincense.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. Interesting stuff just to make you wonder. As we're worried, or I'm not really worried, but as we're aware of.
Now, this asteroid is
asteroid.
as long as the Eiffel Tower is tall. So
That's pretty big.
That'd leave a pretty big hole in the earth.
That'd leave a mark.
maybe just a little one.
Now, have you been to, didn't y'all go to where the meteor hit in Arizona?
Yeah, we went to
That's
the
a
meteor
big
crater.
hole.
That was pretty cool.
That's a big hole. Have you seen that, Kevin?
I've seen it in books and on.
Yeah.
It's a big hole when you get there. You're like,
It's a lot bigger than you think it is.
Really?
Yeah. Once you're standing up on the edge of it looking down into it.
And it was way smaller than the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, yeah.
That would leave and if you've looked at the Boone with a telescope or something, all those big holes in it.
Yeah.
That would leave a mess.
I don't know. It's just interesting that I read that today, though, because yesterday, Jaron Bryant let me borrow.
That guy.
Yeah, you know him. He let me borrow a book that he wanted me to read called Rendezvous with Rama by Arthur C. Clarke.
Yes,
old school science fiction, and I just started reading it last night, so no spoilers for a 60-year-old book or whatever it is. But it's about the opening chapter, an asteroid hits the Earth, and I'm like, oh no. So yeah,
I always wonder if you knew one was coming and you knew it wasn't going to miss you. Would that change your behavior? What would you do?
I mean, that's that question. If you only had one day left to live, how would you live it? I think a lot of people would live it differently.
I think they would too. I think
crime rate would go through the roof.
I think so. I agree with that.
If people realized there were no consequences to their actions,
right? It would be chaotic. That's for sure.
And that's the reason I think they know that human nature is that way. So I wonder how many of these things happen or whatever's going on up in space and we just never know.
They just don't tell you.
Right. Only people that need to know kind of thing.
Because I know 2.5 million miles sounds like a good distance. But I think they said that anything within 30 million miles is considered close. I mean, the sun is 43 million miles away. So
will we be able to see this thing?
Probably.
With the naked eye?
I don't know. I need to look that up.
Because I remember going, when the everything lined up a couple of years ago. In they were calling it the Bethlehem Star, and they were doing that. It was Venus, and the moon, or something. I don't know. Anyways,
it's Jupiter.
We drove out into a field and watched it and could see it. It turned out pretty cool, but I wonder if this is going to be.
I mean, this will be a lot closer than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's supposed to get that close on December 11th. Is when it's supposed to.
So is this just happening in a few days? Yeah.
So everybody get your telescopes out.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I hope it's cooler than it's potentially has opportunity to be. So
yeah, me too. Well, if this is the end, guys, it's been nice knowing you. We almost made it to a year.
Nice podcasting with you.
And you didn't make it another trip around the sun, so I hope all the others were worth it. So what else do you have over there? I know you said you had a couple of things on your news list.
I don't know. These are things that I found interesting this week, so I was
it's
short on
it's
things
better
to
than
talk
some
about.
of the alternative headlines.
That's
so
true.
I am
That
all
is
about
true.
it.
Yeah.
Well, in the spirit of Christmas, one of the things I am excited about. Now, if you're listening to this, you better jump on it because the listing goes live at 1:00 today, the 7th.
Okay.
So, but Devin Rattray has teamed up with Airbnb and the owners of the the house. Now, Devin Ratray played Buzz in Home Alone. And thanks to Airbnb, you have the shot at staying in the Home Alone house over Christmas.
I would not want to do it unless I could zip line to the treehouse.
I mean, maybe you can.
Or like be in the basement and...
Yeah. How cool would it be if they had simulated thieves trying to attack the house and you could stand up for it?
See, that'd be awesome.
That would be really cool. That'd be cool.
And you play the movie, you know, the gangster movie that they had.
Yeah.
That he used, you know.
Yeah.
Filthy
Didn't
animal.
Didn't you say something about they're going to watch they're going to screen the movie?
So whoever, because again, only one, I don't know, family or whatever can actually book it for that week, or at least over Christmas whenever they're offering it. But they're going to provide deep dish or Chicago style deep dish cheese pizza, Kraft macaroni and cheese, and there's going to be like a screening of the movie on Disney Plus.
I hope it's
a screening on Disney Plus.
I do hope it's on that TV though, because that would be really awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would be all over this if they threw in a talk boy. Do y'all remember those talk boys? I wanted one so bad.
What was that?
The talk boy that they had in the movie that was like the little recorder device with it had a cassette tape and it had a little microphone that stuck out.
So you could record your voice and just play it back.
Or was that just in the second one?
I don't think that was in the first
That wasn't
one.
in
It
the
wasn't
first
in the
one.
first
It was
one.
only in the second
I was
one.
sitting there going, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, the talk boy was in the second one.
Yeah. The first
But I
one's
wanted
when
a talk boy so bad. If they threw in a talk boy, I'd be all over it.
That would be crazy though if they could get the people who played their parts to like show up. You know, the guy that lived next door.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, this would be so cool.
Now, the one thing I got to look up, because I didn't do this before we started recording, but I think the interior of the house was a different house than the exterior that they filmed.
That would make sense.
I think the interior was like just a set that they built,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
like in a gymnasium or something.
Oh, really?
If I remember correctly.
But
But there's
the
a little
house-
documentary on Netflix about the making of Home Alone, and it's really interesting. But it's been a couple of years since I watched it, and I don't really remember all the details.
The house on the inside reminded me like the 8 is Enough house and some of
Little
those
bit,
others
yeah.
from that time.
Yeah.
That time period on the inside. Yeah.
But this is the exterior shots, the big house. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's cool though.
So jump on it. You got till 1:00 today to book the Home Alone house for Christmas.
At 1:00 p.m.?
Yes.
Ooh.
Central Standard Time.
We might have to
Okay.
cut this short.
I gotta go. Guys, I gotta go.
Gotta go. I wonder if in Israel somewhere they're over there, they're like, hey, you can sleep out here where the shepherds heard angels singing and go over to the manger and see Jesus. I wonder if
Do
they're
they
doing that
know
over
where
there.
that was specifically?
I doubt it, but it'd be
But
pretty
then
close
again,
to Bethlehem.
You can
Yeah,
monetize
somewhere.
anything. Just pick a hill next to Bethlehem.
Exactly.
This was the one.
You could sleep here. I don't know.
It'd be like Bethlehem's version of a corn maze or something, you know. Have hot cider.
You're going to sit outside by the campfire and roast marshmallows and tell ghost stories about angels showing up.
I don't know. I don't know. Fun stuff with Christmas. That would be fun though to do that. Didn't they do that not long ago with is the Christmas Story house, that movie, The Christmas Story? Is it like a museum now or something?
Oh, I have no idea. Maybe.
I think it is. I knew this once upon a time. They have something there.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a museum or or they did this at one point where you could stay at the house or something like that. I think they did something with that house as well.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Complete with, pink rabbit pajamas laying on your bed for you to sleep in.
I do know that all the original leg lamps were broken.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Of course, since then they've become a commercial thing.
I was just saying they've
Yeah,
made like a
Tons of them.
billion replicas, but
I think I did run across this article this week about famous movie props and things like in the Lord of the Rings series, who has the rings, actual prop rings, and Elijah Wood has one of them.
I hope so. Now, I did see a thing where like the one, there was a close-up when they're at the council. There's a close-up shot of the ring on the whatever table, and you see all the different people like arguing in the reflection of the ring. Well, that ring that they used was actually
A huge
giant,
one.
like 6 foot wide giant ring, so they get all the like reflections the way they wanted in it.
Yeah, I heard
want to
that.
know who has that ring, because that's the one I want.
A 6-foot ring.
It's like a kiddie pool sitting.
But I tell you, movie props are a pretty awesome, fascinating thing to look into because, I mean, they're they're arts and crafts people for sure, putting those things together to look completely real, and maybe made out of foam or whatever, all kinds of materials. But they just like you'd find in anywhere, they take real pride in what they do, and they down to the very last detail, even if it never gets seen. And that's one of the things I remember them talking about early on in the Chosen series, was really focusing on the background people. Are they really working with real food? Are they, if they have a marketplace scene or whatever, really wanting to go down to that detail, because the atmosphere makes so much of a difference when you're, there's a certain amount of truth that you can tell when you're shooting something, and you can tell if it's fake to a certain level. And they wanted to be as true as possible to the story. So that kind of stuff fascinates me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the movie prop people, that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
Especially the ones that do models and stuff, and they make them look real. And even if it's a graphic design, that's still kind of cool. I mean,
they take the graphic design and then it's an NFT. Boom, there you go.
You and your NFTs. Man.
Well, yeah, there's a new Hollywood studio called NFT Studios.
Okay.
And they're trying to fund their first movie by selling NFTs. They're trying to democratize the production of a movie so you can be a part.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
I
mean, I see it happening eventually.
Totally. Well, I see so many ads. Well, I say so many, but have seen several where it's, Angel Studios does this, where they're basically fundraising, but you're investing in the project, like the little micro investments. So you give a certain amount of money or invest a certain amount of money, then you are in on the profits, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's like crowdsourcing, but a little different, where you get a payback that's potentially financial.
Yeah.
So I think it's an interesting model, the way things are going nowadays. You had Kickstarter and GoFundMe, of course, and those things. And
well, the guy that's starting this NFT Studios is his name's Niels Jewell. He worked on a lot of like Martin Scorsese pictures and stuff. He's a big producer, whatever. But I read the interview that he did, where he was basically saying that the hardest part about producing a new movie is getting the investors on the front end, and the financial side of things. And so he's trying to go about it a little differently. And with the rise of NFTs, he's trying to raise about, I think, like $10 million by selling NFTs.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think he's going to sell like 10,000 NFTs at about $1,000 a pop.
Wow!
So for $1,000, you can help fund a movie and own an NFT.
Hey, the future is now.
The future is now.
If I had known that before now, I would have gotten that for you for your birthday.
Oh man, I shouldn't have said anything. I'll edit this.
No, you should have told me. You should have told me last week.
Should have. Sorry. Well, we're gonna have my dad come into the room here in a minute to talk about the cantata.
Cantata. It's funny to hear you say it that way.
Cantata.
So we've recently moved back to town. We were here for a long time.
Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Not that recently, but in the span of my entire lifetime, it's recent. But still do an orchestra, I think, right?
Yeah.
And Patrick, are you playing this year?
Supposedly, I got to find my trumpet, but
that's kind of important. It's coming up here.
Find my trumpet.
What's a trumpet?
Goodness.
So, what does it feel like? But this is a serious question. What does it feel like?
Because it's like a metal, and it's really
finish. What does it feel like to play as one piece of that entire kind of group of people? So I've always been fascinated about like movie production. We were talking about how it's one person's job to push a dolly somewhere.
Yeah, and
so I've been a part of this, not necessarily a feature length film, but in that vein. And I remember feeling like, yeah, this is maybe a small job, but if I can do it to the best of my ability, it's going to, it's like one drop in an entire pot of soup. Every little ingredient adds to the mix. And so I really enjoyed that atmosphere where everybody was really focusing on their craft, doing the best they can, and that some of the parts is greater than the whole.
Yeah.
So what does it feel like to be a part of an orchestra?
Well, I mean, you've kind of nailed it, because nobody has the full piece. Everybody's playing their own individual part, and separately it doesn't sound that great. With the trumpet, it's like, let's count for 200 measures and then play 3 notes.
Right.
But you got to be on it for those 3 notes, and they got to come in at the right time, because the trumpet's not a quiet instrument. It kind of cuts through. So, but you kind of have to. Everybody kind of has to catch this wave all together and ride it, and then, but if everybody's on their game and plays their parts correctly, it's like you create something that you couldn't have done by yourself, and I don't know, it's there's something kind of magical about it. But
well, let me ask a question, because even though my name's Glenn Miller, I know very little about orchestras.
don't let him lie to you. He's like an accomplished clarinetist.
Trombonist, actually.
Oh no, the other one was you're a clarinetist.
Oh yeah. But what's the big deal about that person?
An oboist. You're an oboist.
What's the big deal about that one violinist that everybody like stands up for?
Okay, that's called the concert master.
Oh,
and
what about they master the concert? What does
what
that
about
mean?
the dude directing? Yeah, I thought he would be the master. Or she'd be the master.
They're basically like first chair violin. So
what does that mean?
They have numbers on their chairs?
Yes.
What?
I feel bad for violinists.
They have numbers.
What number they are.
They have numbers on their music. So
okay,
it's like 1.
Well, each section has, as like first chair, second chair, third chair, whatever, depending on how many chairs that section has. So typically, like in a trumpet section, you'll have 3 chairs, and first chair trumpet gets all the solos and the high notes, and then the second chair gets more of the middle notes, and the third chair gets the lower notes. And so it's just different how to assign different parts.
So
but you have to audition for that.
It's like a skill level or a prestige thing.
Essentially.
So
you go in and you audition for the orchestra, and
I got you.
So the concert master, I don't know. I'm not a violinist. I don't really know exactly what they do.
Why a violin and not like the trumpet guys?
I don't know. I guess the violins sit on the front, and there's a lot more of them. I don't know.
I mean, I don't either. I
haven't played in an orchestra since I was in high school.
Is it an older instrument? Violin?
Oh,
probably not. Yeah, because people were blowing on like goat's horns and stuff.
Well, that's
before
true.
they had stringed instruments.
True. Yeah.
So I mean, the evolution of those, the violin and the trumpet are not the original permutations of those instruments.
Sure.
So I don't know. I'd have to do some.
That is interesting.
I'd have to do some research on,
because we just started Purple Penguin basketball season, and one of Kevin's daughters is playing with it. Well, both of them are, but or 2 of them are, because not all your daughters on there.
Right.
But one of them has been a soccer player her whole life, and she's just now playing basketball, and she's very coachable, and she picks it up so quickly. But, she's like, I know how to do this game, and I'm learning a new game, but it looks so easy when you watch it on TV or something like that. It's the same thing when you go to an orchestra.
Yeah.
It looks so easy that, they do their little tune-up, and everybody, you're like, oh, that sounds like a mess, but they all know exactly what they're doing, and all of a sudden, then all of a sudden the conductor raises their hands, and everybody goes, wah, together, and it's just an amazing sound.
No, you're totally right.
It's definitely a team effort, and, I'm reminded of the scripture as, we're all parts of the body of Christ, and we all have, we're not all an eye or all a hand or all an ear or whatever. We all have our different giftings and abilities, and an orchestra is a good sort of representation of that, in that, the trumpet does not have the same parts as a violin or an oboe or the cymbals or any of the, the percussion or woodwind, whatever, but coming together, it creates this, cohesive.
So is there ever any jealousy that, you're over there going,
no.
and they're over there, no, all this all the time?
Because they're all whiny and screechy. Oh. Everyone knows the trumpet is the noblest instrument.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. French horn.
I would say French horn is the most majestic.
Yes, I agree.
But a trumpet is much more noble than a French horn. Yeah.
Can you be noble and majestic?
You can. I have attempted this many times.
I've always been drawn to the cello. I guess I would have to pick a cello as my favorite out of the orchestra instruments. I don't know why. I just like that sound, I guess. Mm-hmm. So you're a trumpet and you're a French horn? Yeah,
I like French horn. I gravitate toward the odd, though. So like bassoon.
Oboe.
Oboe, I don't know. It looks weird.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty
It's one of the
awesome.
hardest instruments to play.
Because of that double reed.
It's got the double reed. So yeah, like the bassoon and the oboe are really the only two in the orchestra that have that double reed, and it makes it incredibly difficult to play.
The bassoon just looks odd.
Oh, yeah, it's
you
definitely
got-
a weird
yeah, it does.
instrument.
Wood, and then you got metal, and this little tube, and it's just, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
always fascinated me that way.
Because then
Timpani.
you got your
Timpani.
timpani's always good.
Yeah, it's fun to watch those
Dun,
guys.
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but it's great. It's a good analogy about all those parts coming together.
And it is a major difference than another normal Sunday morning.
Oh yeah,
You know, when you get all that sound,
the cantata,
and everybody
yeah.
out there together doing it together, it's a major difference. So whenever we get through talking about the cantata with Randy, I definitely want to encourage everyone to come and see it, listen
for
to
sure.
it, participate. It'll be online as well, but it's one of those things that's really better live.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot better live. So,
Well, I guess let's let him in the room and talk to him.
Yeah.
I guess.
all right.
Dad.
All right, we're here today with Randy, and he's going to come and tell us a little bit about the cantata this year. But before you do, we have a really, breaking news question that we've come up with here recently. What does cantata mean?
Well, a cantata, Patrick has researched it a little bit before we got started, I know, but basically it's a collection of songs. Most of the time there's a story behind them. In the early years of cantatas, there was always narration in between every
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Now I've fallen in love with Mr. Bradley Knight. He's a composer and arranger, and for about the last 5 or 6 years, we've done his works.
Oh, okay.
One of the things I like about his works is that the music itself tells the story, and there's no narration in between it, so you get a little bit more music involved in the cantata, and it just goes a long way to present just good music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've sung some things from Bradley Knight before, and I agree. He's just he's a fairly young guy, I think, and isn't he a minister of music too?
He is. And he loves to go to these big churches all over the place and use their larger choirs to do his recordings.
Okay.
And he works with them and gets that done, and then he presents it to the public, for purchase. And he works through Prism's music, and so if you ever want to look up Bradley Knight and see some of his works, you can go to Prism Music and just type in Bradley Knight, and a whole bunch of stuff will pop
Oh,
up.
really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And one of the things too is he mixes in a lot of different styles, right? So the cantata this year is going to have some more traditional like stuff, but maybe some surprises.
But even with the traditional, he throws such a twist to it
Yep.
in the orchestration part of it that you recognize, but then you're saying to yourself, what's different? What has he changed? And in this cantata that we're doing, it's called Our Joy Has Come.
Yeah.
In this one, we end up with a section of the Hallelujah chorus.
Oh, cool.
But it is not exactly like the traditional Hallelujah chorus.
Yeah.
It's not as fast, and the notes are not the same. So it was a challenge for the choir to just not sing what they traditionally knew.
Yeah.
So that's all been fun as well. But he's got a little bit of soul, a little bit of Southern gospel. He's got a little bit of everything coming through on this, and we will have an orchestra playing, about a 28-piece orchestra. So it'll be a fun time.
For people that may not have been here at Northside for a long time, is you normally do an orchestra? That seems like a really big production. Are they from around here, or you bring people in? How does that actually work?
Well, oddly enough, my connection with a lot of these players is through our time with the youth orchestra when my children were actually playing in the youth orchestra.
Got it.
And now that people are grown up, I still keep in touch with them. And oddly enough, a good number of them are in the church itself, but probably half of them are coming from other locations, some here in town, some out of Martin even.
Oh, wow.
But I have a relationship with them. I pick up the phone, call them, say, hey, have you got these dates open? And they say, yeah, we're coming.
Nice.
You know, and so that really works. I do an orchestra one time a year. Would love to do it more, but it is a big challenge, and also it's a little bit of money.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
You know,
Get the dust off the old baton and bring it out. Tap it on the little stand.
oh yeah, I have to do the baton.
So, what's the storyline? Is it the traditional take us to the nativity thing, or is there a little different storyline with this one?
It is more. I would say it's more in the vein of just a constant reminder that our joy has come. Jesus is born.
Yeah.
Jesus is here. Salvation is here for us. And it plays that line kind of all the way through it.
Yeah.
In just a variety of different ways, just to get the message across that our joy has come.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, Kevin brought up it's been a tradition to do this here, and so it's also been a tradition to do it on Saturday night as well for the community. Correct? Are we still doing that this year? I know the choir's probably really excited because COVID kind of slowed choral stuff down for a while.
Well, honestly, we struggled with that a little bit. I mean, I've talked it over with different people. We wondered whether or not we needed to open it up to the community, but yet we pretty much opened up on Sundays. Mm-hmm. So people can come and be a part of it. And I said, the main reason that we did it on Saturday night was just to give an opportunity for those persons who work in churches or had jobs that caused them to have to work on Sundays to be able to come and hear the cantata. And so, we're just trying to get the word out and say, hey, if you feel fit in that category where you have your own church home and you're going to be there Sunday morning, then the cantata doesn't work Sunday for you. Yeah. But Saturday night, come hear it. Yeah. That's all we'll do is a cantata that night. I think the handbells will do a prelude for us, and then we just kind of jump in and get started. So it's about 45 to 50 minutes, so come hear it.
That's gonna start at what time on Saturday?
7 o'clock.
7.
I remember a few years ago, I was at the Saturday night cantata, and a tornado warning just went off, and we all had to go into the tornado zone. I can't remember. That was 5 years ago, something like that.
That was kind of hard. We shoved about 200 people in that little room.
I forgot about that. Yeah, the whole orchestra, we all carried our instruments in there.
Yeah,
so it's like
we could have got more people if it wasn't for that cello and that big old bass. Yeah, that's funny. Just when you were talking about the Saturday night thing, I remembered that. So it might be exciting on Saturday night.
Yeah, you never know.
Might
What's
be something a little extra. Yeah, y'all might end up like the Titanic where they were playing as it went down, or something. It's pretty funny. So tell us about the Sunday morning times too, because I know it's a little bit different on Sunday morning with cantata than it is a normal Sunday here at Northside.
Yeah, we have Sunday schools that are starting at different times now, and so our regular service starts at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, and because it starts at 8, we kept it there. Just for the lack of confusion for people, You started at 8:30. Some people are going to show up at 8. Some people might not show up at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we decided to just keep the times the same. That means the orchestra's got to get here a little earlier, and the choir got to get here and kind of warm up a little bit before we get out here and do it. But it is what it is, and but it's a labor of love. But 8 o'clock will be the first presentation of the cantata on Sunday. And then we'll take a little break, let people go to Sunday school, and then we'll come back at 11 o'clock and do it again.
Okay. And that's Sunday the 19th. So Sunday the 19th, we'll have an 8 o'clock service and an 11 o'clock service, both in the sanctuary.
Correct.
And both will be the cantata. And there is Sunday school that day, so your Sunday school teachers can, do their thing. You might want to have a Sunday school Christmas party or something. Who knows?
Be a good time to do it.
It'd be a good time to do it and stuff. But and how many people are in the choir are for this cantata this year?
You're gonna have a little over 50.
Oh wow, that's going to be a good noise. It's a good volume.
Joyful noise. That's what you're saying, Glenn?
50 people and 20-something orchestra. That's just a.
It fills the room. Let me tell you.
It's Phil Spector's wall of sound. It's just going to be huge.
That'll be good.
But it is. If some people are not symphony goers or whatever, but if you've ever had the chance to experience that level of musicianship, it really is pretty amazing, and it's going to be a great sound in the sanctuary too. And definitely encourage anybody to come out and see it if you've seen it. If you've been to it every year for the last however many years, or you've never heard it at all, come give it a try. I think it's going to be, especially after a year like last year.
Yeah,
it's a good time,
and it's one of those Sundays where I like to sit up in the balcony for some reason. The way the shape of the sanctuary and the way it projects out. I mean, it's designed for this, right?
Right.
Just in the balcony, kind of straight on. It's just it's a good sound. Patrick, you get that up there with the sound booth all the time. But
the last few years I've gone back and played with the orchestra again. So I hear it from the trumpet section.
Yeah, but it's good. It's a good sound upstairs. So it's a race to see who can sit upstairs first.
Yeah.
It's a better line of sight too.
It is too.
When you want to see if you have kids in the orchestra or
if you want to see the trumpet section. Yes.
You may have to sit in the balcony to do that.
Well, good. Well, thank you for coming in, Randy, and telling us about the cantata this year, and we look forward to coming and being a part of that. And so it's called what again? Our Joy Has Come.
Our Joy Has Come by Bradley Knight.
And it'll be on this Sunday, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a little bit more as a reminder. And so thanks for coming in and dropping by the podcast room and dusting off your baton again this year. That's going to be fun. So,
all righty. Well, thank y'all.
Okay, bye, Dad.
That's very elfish.
Bye, buddy. I hope you find your dad.
Well, we're glad that Randy stopped by because now we know what cantata means.
Cantata.
And we know, I'm excited.
It's really going to be good.
I'm excited because I always just enjoy listening to them.
Yeah.
So definitely come, check it out. Yeah, you won't be disappointed. And, choir does a great job. So
yeah, there is definitely something spiritual when you listen to music like that. At least I believe so in a setting like that.
Yeah,
especially when it's written for God's glory and there's intent there. And even if you go back to the many of the classical periods, they were connected to the church, either commissioned by the church or involved music glorifying God, etc. But this is its sole purpose, and it really is something to experience.
And when you grow up in the church, you've been a part of the church for a long time. It's another piece of the puzzle to help with the seasonal completion. Children.
Yeah.
The which was great, and then the cantata, and just these little different little things that help to round out the season and really help you focus on what its purpose and meaning is.
Right.
So check it out.
Yes.
What else is going on, Patrick? I know we are in the middle of the storm right now.
Yeah. Well, Sunday we had the children during church.
Yeah,
and that was a good thing. It doesn't even have to be good. They just, just watching them,
in
spin
fact,
around and not even
exactly. That makes it better.
It does. If there wasn't a set falling over or something at some point, then we haven't done our job right. And also on Sunday we had our first day of the Christmas Mission Mart.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is going to happen again this coming Sunday. They're going to be outside of Hope Hall and the sanctuary before and after each of the services Sunday morning. So go see them. Yeah.
And you can come by the church office as well.
You can come by the church office anytime during the week, but they'll be set up at the stations again this coming Sunday.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And then let's see what else we got. Friday night. This Friday night, 6 to 9 is Parents' Night Out. So if you need to get some Christmas shopping done or just take a nap or something,
Come drop your kids off and attack Van Drive.
Yeah. Now it is $5 per kid. Well, with a max of $10, so you can bring a whole.
Oh my goodness!
You can bring a whole slew of them, and it'll still only be $10. But
that's really good.
Yeah, they got to order pizza and stuff, and need a head count and all that fun stuff.
That's
and what's the age limit there? Because I'm assuming I can't bring all my teenagers.
No, you got to leave Micah at home. Leave your seniors at the house.
If they can drive, then they're probably too old. I'm not really sure exactly on the age, so. For questions like that, contact Christy.
Yeah, there you go.
Christy at northsidejackson.com, or you can call her at the church office. Yeah. So put that on your calendar.
We've got Jingle Jam coming up. When is that?
Well, before that, one more thing before Jingle Jam. Yeah. Also, this coming Sunday at 4:00 in the chapel is the Hope in the Morning service.
Right. Yeah, that's right. We don't want to forget that.
So, service for the grieving.
Yeah.
Because I know the holidays can be hard for a lot of people that have lost someone. So.
Absolutely.
But then next Wednesday, the 15th, that's Jingle Jam.
Jingle Jam.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a surprise as far as who's
more surprises.
Yeah, which I don't want to give it away, but
I think I know what it is.
There's gonna be someone different playing drums this year.
I know what it is.
I know what it is too.
So you'll just have to come and
I know
see what that all is about.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and wear your best ugly Christmas sweater and get ready to eat a lot of cookies and drink hot chocolate
and have some fun.
Play some games.
Yep, because we're going to be up there helping lead some games, and so come and have a good time.
Yeah,
it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a good.
Yeah, mark it on your calendar.
Christmas party.
Yep,
basically.
And kids will be finishing up finals and stuff like that. It'll be a good break. So semester will be ending. It'll be a good family night.
Yep.
And then the 18th is when the first performance of the Cantata will be at 7:00. That's the one that's open for the community.
Saturday night. And then Sunday morning on the 19th at the 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. services. Sunday school in the middle, but no 9:00. Okay.
Yeah.
Those two will also be live streamed. Saturday night will not be live streamed, so you'll have to come see that one in person.
Yeah.
And then we'll have our Christmas Eve services on the 24th at 5:00 and 7:00. Both of those will be live streamed, so you don't want to miss those.
And just if you're new to Northside, don't walk in at the last minute.
No.
Especially if you're bringing a big family or a big crowd,
if you want to all sit together and get here early.
People come early and squeeze together, and those will be live streamed as well,
yes.
or one of them, or both of them.
They'll both be live streamed.
So just in case.
Yeah.
And Christmas is on the 25th this year?
Christmas is on the 25th this year. I know it's a little different, but Christmas will be on the 25th. But then Sunday morning, the 26th, a little bit different. There will only be one service at 10:00 in Hope Hall.
Got it.
No Sunday school or anything like that. Just one joint service at 10:00 in Hope Hall. And the same thing on January 2nd. It will only be one service, 10:00 in Hope Hall. No Sunday school.
Good. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I hope everybody got that. If not, I'll start over. Okay, here we go.
We're almost there, guys.
And there's going to be
almost Christmas.
That week between Christmas and New Year's, there's going to be a little bit of change in the office hours of the church, but we will announce that probably our next podcast.
Yeah.
Once those nailed down.
We have that nailed down.
Yeah, I know that there will be a change. There will be offices up so you can get in your final offerings for the year or whatever you want to do that. So
cool.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday once again.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And he spent it with us.
I did.
Isn't that fun?
It's interesting how that works.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like I have a real job and I actually have to show up whether it's my birthday or not.
Hey, you're just like Adam Sandler. You get to do the things you enjoy doing with your friends.
Yep.
So there you go.
I try.
A dream come true.
Well, guys, thanks for podcasting with me. And thanks to all of you out there in the world for listening. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. To catch all the latest from us, you can follow us on Instagram at Northside Now Podcast. Go to our website, northsidejackson.com, or email us at podcast@northsidejackson.com. We hope to hear from you soon. Once again, this is Patrick.
This is Glenn.
Kevin.
And that's what's happening at Northside Now.